Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and I am straight off of a trip back from the Central States show and have some new purchases to show to you. Kind of some fun stuff, a little bit of this and that and the other. This is on my crack list, and for I have a small crack list, but you guys expect it, and I think that if someone chooses to not buy this coin, I'll probably end up cracking it out. It's this Annex coin that's an AU58 and really cool coin. It's a 16D over D and just a lovely, lovely piece. And let's see if we can get a good look at the D over D section here. And you can see on the mint mark that it's got a lot of something going on there. Just trying to figure out exactly what that something is can be hard from the camera work, but if you see there's actually a little knob between the D and the tail feathers above the big D. It's all just kind of blurry right there, but it's a nice looking little piece. Pretty cool. I like that one quite a bit. Next up, Kamem time, right? So the Bay Bridge, which has just always been a really fabulous design for anyone who grew up on the Pacific side of the country. You're familiar with the big Kodiak bears. It's a symbol for, of course, the state of California, but then also the California golden bears, right? So a little bit of everything out there. You all know what I'm talking about if you're from the area. And of course, the busiest design in all of US coins. I think I'd have to, I haven't actually done a study on that. Maybe it's not the busiest, but man, the reverse of that coin is one of the busiest. I mean, and also technically the obverse, right? That's the date side. This is the front of the coin, right? But everyone considers this to be the front of the coin. MS63 on that guy, the real pretty coin. Nice attractive coin. Got a little bit of some marks on the front of the coin, so I can understand, where they're coming from on that. Oh, this one I'm really kind of excited about just because it's a pretty cool looking coin. Something you don't see every day. 3-cent silvers. Nice 3-cent silvers. Also, with this toning, it's kind of hard to tell at first, but you have a coin that is a proof, and it's also a cameo. It's a proof 63 cameo, so it's a little bit more unusual of a coin as far as the grade goes. And the cameo effect, with the toning, it's hard to see the cameo effect, but it's all there. And then you've got a little bit of color just kind of on the back, especially of the coin. But the contrast, it's really interesting to me, the contrast on this piece overall. So let's see, this one's the 1862. So you're talking about a Civil War year. They made 550 of these guys. The regular mintage coin they only made 343,000 of. This is a cool coin. Little pricier price tag. So we've got all kinds of fun stuff here moving around. And I had a chance to pick up a nice little shield nickel here. 1883. Shield nickels are always just cracking me up. They're cracked up. Look at this. Look at this crack coming down the side here. So lots of times there'll be raised lines, so it'll be because the die cracked. So like up here, those are die cracks. But over here, that's the planchet. That's not a raised line. That's a set down in line. I'm just looking to get closer for myself here, trying to verify what I see. But yeah, that's what it looks like on that. So MS63. Not a bad coin. I mean, an 1883 MS63 nickel here, and probably if it weren't for a little spot on the S up there, it might be a higher grade than that. But the overall eye appeal on the coin is very nice, and which is tough because shield nickels, V nickels and shield nickels, they can be hard to get with luster, and so I liked that coin because it had some luster on it. Moving into another Morgan dollar, another variety here. We had that barber quarter with the variety on it. This is a pretty neat piece. This is called the Gator Eye on this 1887. And if you see the eye, it looks like it's slit. It looks like it has a second eye leveled right in front of it. Very, very popular variety for the Morgan collector. But that eyeball has that second lens to it, basically. And really a nice coin overall. Super clean cheek. I mean, Mint State 66. Tough coin. This mark in front of her face isn't really a mark as far as I can tell. That kind of faded thing that looks like it goes under the E. I don't know exactly what you call it. But it's a very, other than that, it's a very white coin. Pretty mark free. Just a kind of a brilliant looking coin. So also the Lincoln Highway Hoard, which I have no idea what that means. Just absolutely none. I had a couple guys comment at the show that how hard it is to find, you know, nice crusty lower expense type coins. And a part of it is because the price point's really hard. It's hard for someone to spend the money on it and then do okay with it. So this is a really cool 1834 quarter. This is a design you almost never see certified except for on high-end coins, just because it's really expensive. And check out the rotation on this guy. Whoop. Yeah, what is that, like a 15% rotation? Something like that. Really one of my favorite designs as far as, I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It reminds me of some South American coins in the fact that it's just kind of gritty. You know, the eagle looks so rustic on these coins, and then especially their talons. Like the talons on these 1830s quarters are just really cool. So fine 12. So a nice circulated coin, something that you can pick up for less than 150 bucks. So that's kind of fun. Something just a little bit different. I did pick up a couple of toners. I got a couple. I don't know if there's a third one in here or a fourth one in here, but I thought they were pretty interesting. I don't pay strong for really expensive toners unless I think I can sell them, right? Unless I think they're really cool. So these are going to be pretty reasonably priced overall. There was a guy there, a kid there. He's got nothing but monster toners, and they're like $2,000 and up. He also had original mint bags that were CCG certified. So whatever that one company is that works with NGC, they're in these big plastic holders because they were original U.S. mint bags from a specific hoard. So this one, 83 O's is 63, 195 blast white on one side. Also, you know, I thought this one was a pretty nice grade coin. It does have some chatter and stuff on the cheek there, but overall it's got really nice eye appeal. It didn't look to me to be just like an average coin, but of course toning can hide lots of stuff. But overall it was pretty lustrous. Pretty lustrous. It was great to meet so many of you guys out there at the Central State Show. I can't really go down a whole list. I do want to say hi to Make Numismatics Great Again, because you know he kind of I will credit him for giving me kind of like a nice little springboard when I first started doing this, and it was nice to meet him. So this one's cool. This one's got, I really love the diversity of color on the back of this guy. The palette isn't as quite as brilliant. The color, the shine's not quite as brilliant. The color's not quite as brilliant. But on this 1898 O. But here's another one that is, for just a 63, you know, is a very attractive coin, and it has a little bit broader color spectrum. Maybe that's a better word. Better color spectrum than the other one there. Also, not super expensive for a toner, but we are trying to get a little something extra there. For anyone who's looking for a nice type coin for their collection, and you want a really bright, brilliant buffalo nickel, you know, it's always the coin to get. Speaking is a problem. The coin to get is this 1938 from the Denver Mint. These things come just super shiny, very, very lustrous, bright and brilliant. MS67. You know, there's only so many coins from an earlier type. So like, you know, coins we don't use today. There's only so many coins out there that you can buy an MS67 for less than 150 bucks. Well, this is kind of fun. I thought this was a really cool piece. So, you know, I was talking before about the coins struck in nickel and how hard they are to get a real brilliant look to them. And this coin here is very subdued. I wonder if this coin would really benefit from restoration. I wonder if you get a professional on this thing, if they could really make it pop again. Because some of that reflectivity is there and some of it is just hazy. So, you know, this 1881 is actually a proof, and it doesn't really have that mirror finish to the obverse. The reverse has a little bit more of the finish to it. You can catch some of that there. but you know, they made about 3,500 of these guys in proof, so a little bit higher mintage than some of the things that we'll see out there. Proof 62, but once again, you know, I thought it was kind of a neat coin for a type coin that's not going to break the bank. You know, a little bit over $300 on that. Something a little bit unusual. I mentioned I got a little bit of everything, didn't I? So these guys, you know, some of the stuff I had when I first got there, I did the live stream. I got a couple of these earlier Gen 2 holders, common dates, but you know, I thought they were pretty cool for the price. You know, $1.75 each on those, and they're pretty coins. I just wanted to show them to you real quick and note just the fact that you have different style of labels here. You know, the labels, this one has the perforations on it, also comes to a hard sharp edge. This one's, you know, has the rounding, and the printing even looks like older on these, like faded. Also, I was told these two seals are different shapes, which I can't even right now. I'm not gonna be able to tell you which is which. So this is kind of cool. I got this 1872 $3 gold piece in, and you know, it has a little bit of a proof-like finish to it. You know, and it's mintage of only 2,000 pieces, so you've got a pretty good chance of getting something with a little bit of proof-like finish when you got a really low mintage like that. Hard to find real records of this guy. I mean, anything like it selling. It's a pretty interesting coin. So this is a more expensive piece, A53. We've got it priced at that $4 grand. We're using the PCGS price guide on that. It's kind of hard to understand the exact market on some of those rare date $3 gold pieces because they don't trade hands. And then, you know, you find them out in the marketplace and they're a gazillion dollars or a gazillion and one. Right, back to nickels with luster, right? So this coin has huge open bright fields. Of course, you've got some marks right there on the face that you can see with the loop. Of course, without the loop, they're nearly gone. And it's just, but this is, when I talk about luster on nickels, this is a little bit of what you want to see on these V nickels. You know, so that's a nice look all around. It's very brilliant. You know, you can get them even nicer than that, but I'm just saying lots of times they're very dull. And this is Mint State 64. Nice looking coin, just north of $200 on that guy. I was kind of excited to see these little group of V nickels that I ended up buying. This one, speaking of eye appeal, this one looks, you know, even nicer. It's got a little bit of that blue tone to it, and you know, it's really pretty. This one is graded a grade lower. They graded this a 63, but I bought it because I liked the eye appeal. I think the coin just kind of sells itself, you know, for less than $200. It's attractive. You know, it might be a technical 3. Maybe it's got a few little scuffs to the field there. I think that's what you're seeing like on the cheek and stuff. So a little bit of scuffiness. So it gets a lower technical grade. It kind of like when you talk about how quickly the fields get scuffed up on a proof coin and how that affects it. So this is similar to that as far as the grading goes, but it's not the thing that's really easily visible, but you can see it with the loop. But the difference is it's not those fields that are getting tarnished on this, it's just across the high points. So almost like cabinet friction or something. But the fields themselves ended up looking immaculate, which is kind of cool because usually your fields are, to get a 63, usually your fields are pretty beat up, right? Usually you'll have some pretty big hit marks somewhere either on the field or the cheek. So this is in between the two. When I talk about the subdued nature of nickels, you know, this one has that luster's under there, but that tone over is just kind of a muted, little bit of a muted look. But the technical grade's pretty high underneath some of that mutedness. Cool looking date, man. Check that out, 1892. That's you know, Columbian Exposition time. Like a lot of nickels, you got just a touch of spotting here, a one above the D. But older green holder, MS64, pretty coin overall. You know, and I don't see the dates usually from the 1800s as much. Usually you'll get these, you know, the coins dated from the 1900s. That's kind of a thing. Well, you know, when you see a 1916D dime, you know, you buy it. What's the old thing? When you see a fork in the road, you take it. It's similar. it's similar. This one was just something I thought, well, it's always good to have a 16D in stock, so an AG3 and an Annex holder, but it's all there. It's a nice coin, tough coin. They're just expensive. This market has not cooled off on those yet. Similar, this 2.5 Indian Annex XF45, and all around I thought it was a pretty decent coin. Not much you can take away from it or add to it. Your field has luster still to it, and you've got some wear over the shoulder on the bird. But all in all, it's a nice coin. It's funny because I'm thinking of it as an XF45, the coin that I saw in Central States. A customer had a 1856 proof cent, 1856 Flying Eagle cent, an XF45 Plus, PCGS XF45 Plus, and I thought that is just a wild coin. Where did I say where did because I had some other. I got some other coins here that aren't right in front of me that I know I have, so I'm going to go get them. But here we go, 8 real. And what is going on here? MOFF, Mexico 8 real, El Calzador. Hold on, my people. That's the Lima, Peru mint mark. Help me out here. Did I do something wrong? Am I on candid camera? Huh. All right. Well, there will be some research done between the time this video airs and the time this coin goes for sale, because I think they got the date right, 1780. I think that's a 0 on the end cap here. It's kind of gone. I'm sure it's from the El Cazador. But also, that looks like the LME Lima Peru mint mark. I'm gonna have to double check. Maybe I got jet lag after all. There's a couple more really kind of fun foreign coins. I mean, not US coins, I mean world coins. So if I say world coins, I could include US coins because the US is in the world. If I say foreign coins, it's only of a perspective of an American, right? So a foreign to me coin. This is an AU cleaned China, year 3, 1914. Sometimes called the Fat Man. 150 on that guy. Those guys are always kind of fun, popular. This is a design though that I really love. I mean, this is the Japanese 1903 1 yen coin with the dragon on it. So let me see here. There's the dragon's face right in the center, and then his whole body curls around and then curls around again over there. The 416 is grains, 1 yen, 900 is the purity, and so it had English on it because it was also intended for international trade. So like our trade dollar was, right? You had multiple languages on there. So you can collect, that'd be a fun series because it's similar to the, let me see that Britannia piece that has a similar mark on it. I think those are 416 also. But that's a cool piece. All right, and here's the one that's I kind of went off the rails on. This is a dime planchet proof struck quarter, right? So a quarter struck on a dime planchet. So the weight is off, and and it gets a lot of this like what you would call hub shifting when you do that, when it gets struck with, because it's moving within the collar there, right? So look at the word unum, and you can just see all the doubling on that, and that's a technically a hub shift. I don't think that you'd call it like a double strike. Where can you go where you can say look at the unum, right? I mean, not many places. So proof 67, that's a spicy meatball but a pretty cool error, something that I hadn't owned one of those before, so I said I got to buy that because I haven't owned it before, and that's just kind of one of those things that happens sometimes. Back to the V-nickels, y'all. An old annex soapbox. You can see the Liberty, most of the Liberty, but not quite all. These are really flatly struck coins. That's really funny. My phone's on, but we're just going to keep rolling. This is the 1912S, a little bit better date on this guy, fine 12. And just kind of a little bit tougher to get one of those. Last but not least, all right, 2 more coins to show you here. 1921. This one also I thought was kind of fun, just to have another low grade example on a better date coin. Just like that earlier, of course, the 12S, but then that 1834 quarter. To find something that is certified and in lower grade is a little bit tougher because, you know, it's hard. It's not the type of thing that we could really send in ourselves and get, you know, made whole on, so to speak. It's just not really financially feasible. Cool coin. Now, on a technical little grading tip on these guys, that, you know, technically on your halves, you don't need to have a full rim to get it good. In fact, you can actually, this one, the rim is pretty full. You got it wearing down a little bit into some of the lettering on the edges. But into like the word $half, well, there's some schmutz on the case there, but into the word $half, you can see where the rim blends in. You do not need a full rim to get a good on that coin. And last but not least, I haven't had one of these for a little bit, so I thought I would show it off to you. I got it, and I thought, you know, PCGS graded, super satiny field. You know, you can still see stuff on these coins. MS67, but I haven't had a 67 in a while, and I liked the visual on this coin, the eye appeal. You know, it's not blast white, it's got a little bit of tone to it in a couple areas, but the cheek is just super sweet on there. And then the reverse of the coin is, boy, near flawless, can I say? The reverse of the coin is really quite lovely. So you've got a little bit of some tone to it, so you got to look and see the tone is just tone. It's not marks. But when you want to talk about what a coin should look like for the openness of the fields, the cleanliness of the fields, you know, this almost looks like the what year is that? 2006, the San Francisco commemorative coin that they came out with. You know, it's almost got to look like at this angle, because I'm thinking of the proof, of course, but because this isn't really PL, but it's got just a little hint of it. So it reminds me of that a little bit. And then on the obverse, you're just talking about what the cheeks should look like. Super clean and satiny, lustrous, problem-free. And then, you know, you've got a little bit of a mark back here. But overall, the coin is really attractive. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I enjoyed my trip to Chicago. I'll get back there next year. I've been the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.